chapter until the official chapter comes out. They just like the Viz translations. They like the official trans. So that's why we do our show also on Mondays, because the official translation comes out on Sundays. For anybody that's just joining and just watching for the first time. But I just want to say thank you for being here, everybody. I'm super excited to have all 4 of us back on. Yeah, as much as I love guests, as much as I love special guests, man, I think there's nothing like just having all 4 of us here together. So, thank you guys. And we're 1 episode away from episode 100.
Yeah. 100.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of wild.
It's supposed to be wild.
We're about to keep it 100.
You get it?
98 plus 2.
Yo, we really been here 99 times, yo?
This is the 99th time, but we've been here 98 times.
Well, this
I'm counting now, bro.
I know.
Why would I not count now?
No, you said we really been here 99 times.
Are we here right now?
Yeah.
So why would I not count right now?
But you're speaking past tense.
But we're here right now.
But we're here.
That I know. You said we've been here 99.
Oh, you spoke down the fact that.
I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's semantics, but whatever.
You wouldn't understand.
But yes, so let's get right into the chat. Let's see who's in here. Let's say what's up. Did you put out the?
I did.
All right, cool. You put out the link with it?
Yes.
Okay.
I added everyone as well. Right.
I didn't get an alert.
I added everyone.
Oh.
I don't know, man.
It didn't alert me.
Listen, I'll do it again, I guess. Whatever. But shout out to everybody in the chat. We got FNF Mouse, KJ, Gabriel Montoya, Mike Super, Nixon 7, bro. I don't care. Captain Teriyaki, Strad, Toby, Gabe White. Hold on. Terrible TJ. So many people here. Brian Census, Pig Hudson, Nick Quavo, Pharaoh Ramsey, Project Iceman, Aladdin. So many people here. Joy Boy Mark, what up, Joy Boy? Ronaldo, Jude Green. We got whispering over there. Samurai Quez. So many. Brandon Wigfall. Thomas Averill. You got the alert?
I have the alert.
All right.
From Seb?
Yeah.
Your phone broken, bro. Whatever. Wave C. I hate Mo.
From Larry. Never mind.
What?
Yeah, I got it from Larry too.
I got it from Larry.
You got it from me, right, Marv?
What?
Yeah, Marv doesn't know.
Yeah, it says everyone in
It
my...
didn't work.
Yeah,
Yo,
I got
listen,
both.
maybe you got both?
Yeah.
All right, maybe Nick took away your privileges, bro.
I don't know, bro. I lost mod status. That's crazy, bro. But shout out to Kevin Salinas, Bubba Wavy. Just shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here with us as we roll into our 99th. That's still so crazy, though. That's so crazy.
It's not too crazy.
It's a little crazy.
You a little crazy.
You know things get wild and crazy.
Wild and crazy.
Wild and crazy.
All right. That's it?
Oh, we got some super chats. You want me to read them?
Yeah. I mean, you're in the chat.
I was reading the names in the chat, not the super. Whatever.
Why does it feel weird now? I don't know. It feels
Larry
weird.
Awesome today, bro. He was late. Anyway, we got 10 pounds from our guy, Captain Teriyaki. It says, just wanted to support. Much love, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Shout out to Captain Teriyaki. We got 20 gifted memberships from our guy, James Hudson, a.k.a. Pig. Thank you so much, Pig.
Yo, y'all should have been at the DDT recently, bro.
Pig was
Yo, so y'all know Shin or no? Lawrence and
Yeah.
Lana.
Oh, man, bro.
All right. Shin is a popular dude within the Discord.
He's a big kid fan.
Yeah,
Okay.
big kid fan.
I think I remember him.
And he always has like just a robe on.
yeah,
on camera.
Yeah.
So Pig was like, yo, since you gonna have your shirt off, he took his shirt off mid-take, bro. Let it all hang out. Yo, it was so funny. He had everybody in the chat dying. It was so funny.
He said, I'm about to get comfortable. All right?
Yeah, and then he just gave his take. Nipple out and everything, bro.
Was it a hot take?
I don't even remember.
I
Yeah, because we were just laughing.
Yeah, he was on his Goku. You know, Goku's not in a real fight till he takes his shirt off. You know what I'm saying? Remember?
I mean, he gets his shirt taken off.
Hey, yo.
Don't word it that way. Don't word it that way.
What's happening, bro?
Don't word it that way.
Oh, man. Well, thank you so much, Pig.
Yes.
For those of you who are accepting the memberships, please enjoy the emojis that come with membership.
Thank you guys.
We
Thank
got
you.
another 5 from Project Iceman. It says, "Hey guys, giving a little donation. Listening to you guys while doing my 4-mile jog. Keep doing what you do. Hashtag road to 100.
Yo, don't trip, bro.
Just keep it moving, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but we appreciate that.
Thank
And
you.
exercise is important, so.
Is it? When's the last time you exercised?
Dang. He been skipping weeks.
That thing on top of your glutes is looking slim, bro.
Why you checking out my glutes?
Oh, man.
Why you checking out my glutes, man?
I don't know what's good with Larry today. bro.
Yo, what do you mean? I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. Yo, it's episode 100 next week. Yo.
It is.
Yeah, bro.
Keep that same energy.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Alright.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we got another $5 from Kevin Salinas. It says, "If I don't see a bunch of bald heads, it don't feel right." Glad to see an OG top episode.
you want-
take your
yo,
hat off, bro.
yo.
No,
No. Yo, you cutting your hair
no.
for episode 100? Yo, you
I'm gonna
should.
get a haircut. I'm not gonna go bald.
Yo, we could put our heads together,
I'm not
bro.
doing it.
What?
I'm not doing that. Nah. I'm gonna get a clean shape up and everything.
Yeah, you've been looking kind of musty like
Listen,
the past
musty?
That's not even the correct
I
term.
don't look musty, bro.
You look like you need to watch.
When's the last time you took a shower?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I look musty, bro.
What is that, Burberry?
You smell amazing.
Oh, man.
It's just the
Yo,
order.
It's just deodorant.
you out here making polls and we ain't even polling yet? Like, what's up,
I
bro?
gotta know if I look musty or not.
Oh my
I gotta
gosh.
know.
I can't.
Yo, bro, I need you to read Super Chat.
I'm gonna get to that. Listen, I don't think you understand. You can't be telling me I look musty. I can't. I will leave the stew right now, bro.
Yo, Marv, you got deodorant? You got
Hold up,
deodorant?
man.
You
Hold
can,
up.
you can rub like one of the dog bones on your chest that Marv got in the back.
Shout out to Rocco, man. We got another 1-month membership to Nakama status from Gabriel Montoya. It says, "Thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate you. Much
Aw.
love."
Thank
Shout
you.
out to Pig. Shout out
Yeah,
to
can we
Gabriel,
get a
man.
couple of W's in the
W's
chat
in
if
the
we
chat.
didn't give it out to Pig yet?
W's in the chat for Pig, man.
Yo, I'm glad everybody's enjoying themselves. I'm seeing a couple laughing emojis.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got another 10 pounds from Ruben Chin.
It's okay. Sound it out.
I'm sorry.
You take your time.
You take your time.
It says, Buggy gang. Buggy will get a devil fruit awakening that will learn to split atoms and create nuclear reactions. So instead of Buggy Ball, we will get a Buggy nuke in the final saga. Buggy top 1 in the verse.
Buggy about to give top. He ain't giving nothing else. He ain't giving nothing else.
Oh man.
His head has been played around with too much.
But appreciate.
saying?
I don't know. I
know.
appreciate the super chat,
Yeah,
Ruben.
thank you.
We got another 5 from Pink Hudson. It
Oh my
says,
God.
"I'll take that shirt off again if shit ain't learned his lesson." Hashtag Pig needs no shirt. Hashtag Pig has bad takes. Hashtag Lionel isn't real. Hashtag Sims for Sev. Oh,
Oh
man.
my god.
It's too much, man.
OMG. OMG.
We got another $2 for Strahd. It says $2 for some magic shave cream for Sev. I'm not shaving, bro. It's not. We got another $5 from Flame C. It says, "Debating too early and we haven't even got to the chat."
That is true.
Yo,
Sebastian went into debate mode immediately.
I said I was musty, bro.
Nah, he's not talking about that. He's talking about earlier. About your past tense. We've been here 99 times. Come on, bro. Do you need a fish oil pill? Like, to get your memory back?
I'm tripping.
Is that it?
That's it.
Yo, thank you for letting me know that's it, so I can continue with the program.
That's all the super.
All right. Anyway, thank you, Sam. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for laughing with us. Thank you for starting the show with us. It means a lot. It means a lot. But if we're gonna get into the chapter, let's do it right now. So, as usual, Lionel's gonna go first. And this title of the chapter is called Let's Go and Take It. We have a reader request. It says, Chopper confusing Zeus for cotton candy and nearly eating him. What did you guys think about this? And we'll start with Lionel.
I thought it was kind of funny, but also, doesn't Chopper know who Zeus is? So I thought it kind of weird that why he chose to eat him. Like, he knows that he's a cloud. He knows that, like, you could get struck by lightning, probably eating him. So I'm thinking, he took the, I mean, guess he didn't see his face. He just saw, and also, what color is he giving off? Like, isn't he, like, what, because cotton candy is usually, like, think pink
yeah.
or blue or whatever. So, like, wait, what color is Zeus?
He's white.
Yeah, he's white.
So that's
Like,
what, like,
most clouds.
hey, no, but no, that's my question. Why is he eating him if he's thinking if he's white? Cotton candy's not white.
I mean, I guess.
I don't know, but like,
I mean, there is a rainbow next to him.
did the rainbow change his color?
I mean, Prometheus is out there.
I see him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny, but also question: how is this even happening? Because he knows who Zeus is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
My question is he on a sky island? Like, what's happening up there?
I suppose. I don't know, man. I blow past this so quickly, bro. When it's not like a real like title or chapter cover story, and it's Chopper. Like, I know I'm gonna get some heat for this, but Chopper is not one of my favorite Straw Hats. So like,
Why not?
Is it reindeer hate?
he be trying to help people too much.
You really are a bad person. You really are a bad person.
You know what it is? They're pirates, right? And like, I feel like they all have that like terrible person element to them, and Chopper don't, low key. He just is looked at that way by society because he's like was a monster or whatever in Drum Island, but like he's just super nice. He's a little too nice for me.
What more do you want from me?
Just know that in order to be Sebastian's friend, you have to be somewhat toxic.
That's
That's really what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Any relationship he in, yo, how terrible have you done something?
I mean, we're friends.
Yeah, we are.
So what's that say about you?
I used to be terrible. I
saying.
used to be
I'm just saying,
terrible,
if
but
that's
not
the
now.
case, you're my best friend.
Yeah.
So
but
what
like,
does that say about you, bro?
How the turntables have turned.
I mean, I used to be terrible. I'm a pretty good guy now.
You
I'm
feel-
better than Lawrence.
I'm catching strays now. Like, I don't know.
You always catch strays. Why did you not know this?
We did get another super chat directed at the cover page. It is $2 from Strahd. It says Zeus is mixed. Which
He's Puerto Rican. Oh man, he is Puerto Rican. No way. All right, so should we just move past this?
Yeah.
unless Lawrence has something.
Nothing really. I mean, it's just a similar chapter friend request, but I mean friend request. Wow, chapter request. But you see, Chopper bit the one before the cloud before it. So you bit one. That should have been enough to tell you this isn't cotton candy.
Wait, what?
If
On
you
the
look at
bottom.
the bottom, right underneath Zeus.
I thought that was actually cotton candy in his hand.
No, he's saying below that even. I
Yeah.
thought, right?
No.
No, that's a shadow.
Right here.
That's actual cotton candy in Chopper.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's actual cotton candy.
Yeah.
I mean, probably.
I mean, it's shaped differently from all the other clouds.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think he has a stick in his hand too.
Yeah, he has two actually. Look.
Yo, is that Prometheus in the back?
yeah. But you thought that was just a sun?
That had a smile
Again,
on his
I
face?
went right past this, bro. I did.
Yeah.
Because it's not really
Yeah.
important, but yeah.
All right, let me imitate my inner par.
Come on, bro.
All right. I can't do it.
What even was that?
Yeah, I was gonna try to sound like him because I was editing videos all day, all week last week of him and Gia. So I'm just like, yo, I know how they talk now, like verbatim. I know how they talk, but I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, did you want to announce?
What?
Void. Or not? I mean,
No.
you don't want
that's
that.
it, yeah.
Shout out to Void.
Yeah. Shout out to Void. He knows.
He knows.
All right. Anyway, let's move on. So, to open up the chapter, we are told that Vice Admiral 𝙃𝐻 has passed away. It has sent shockwaves throughout the world. We head to Navy HQ, and Sengoku asks Tsuru if they found the killer. Tsuru replies that they haven't, but whoever did the deed is paid off well. They discuss how having bounties on Marines means that people don't only have to hunt for pirates now. Poverty and money changes people. They compliment Buggy on his genius and say, as they ponder, how can they protect people that want to hurt them. Sengoku suggests the world government strike down the Cross Guild ASAP. Sengoku then asks Hina, where's Garp? And she tells him he went to save Kobe with sword and Kujaku. Both Sengoku and Tsuru yelp in shock. What did you think about this, Lionel?
I'm going again. I thought I already went.
No, you're going again. All right?
Streets need you, bro.
Streets always
They
need you.
missed
You
you,
got
man.
what they need.
With the T-Bone thing, I find it. I was like, wow. I was actually kind of shocked that this happened. That T-Bone actually died. Granted, he's not that much of a main or prevalent character, or noticeable character. But the fact that Vice Admiral died and him being the first one was a kind of a I didn't expect this, especially a civilian. But and also thinking of the civilians who killed T-Bone, and I was just questioning why was T-Bone in that Pacific land in the first place.
Yeah, you're going ahead, bro.
What?
Yeah, we can get to that part.
But we already got word that it was from civilians, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. My bad. Keep going.
Now you got me questioning
My bad.
Should I continue?
We
with
just
it?
didn't see the guy. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah, so my
Okay.
bad. That's on me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on. Yeah. So, but again, I thought it was pretty they're now giving Then where are we now?
Yeah, that's my bad. I don't know what's happening today, but that's my beat.
They mentioned the kingdom. They mentioned it was from and they mentioned the kingdom. So you're just going out to where Sengoku and
Dude, the whole first page,
Yeah.
the whole first little
Yeah.
but then them talking to Full of Lead where they found out where Garp went.
Okay.
That's where we ended.
My beat.
But yeah, I'm gonna go back to with Sengoku, pretty much giving some credit to to Buggy, thinking again it kind of goes back to pre-time skip how they thought Buggy was in a way the mastermind off Emperor Down when he clearly wasn't, but he just played a small part. But for some reason he's getting this lore as if he's the one who's planning and doing all these things, which is crazy because again that's why I kind of find it kind of funny because so many people are at the Marine Forward War. Granted, you had so much monsters and you were distracted. If you just used your hockey sense Buggy's strength, you could tell, all right, he's literally nothing. But maybe they bypassed that thinking of he may be weak, but maybe he is a genius. Maybe off that aspect. Granted, because I don't know if anybody knows Buggy's personality and how intelligent he actually is. Which for instance, because they give Crocodile's not that strong, but his intelligence, his intelligentness, and his cleverness with his ability make him very dangerous. Because we know Crocodile's a very intelligent person. He has steps and game plans, and we even see that at Alabasta how smart he is. Buggy's not that at all. So I find it it's just how he still is getting this lore. We know how for instance fodder people or people who are kind of dumb in One Piece, the people who are rooting for Buggy in the manga, they eat up this stuff thinking it's real. Well, people like Mihawk and Crocodile know, Buggy, you're an idiot, you're weak, you're nothing. So I'm thinking of why is the Marines, especially someone like Sengoku, falling for this trap when we know other people are not. So I just find that maybe his interaction with Buggy makes it this way, but I'm not exactly sure. But it also kind of reminds me of also pretty much they said Hull with Philly Head with Garp going to fight Blackbeard, and I was wondering how many times this actually happened, where Garp and Sengoku and Tetsu was having this reaction. Garp's doing it again, he's doing something that's ridiculously and crazy, and not telling anybody. And some people may find out, Hina. Hina knew, but she didn't go report to Sengoku what's going on. I find it interesting that she does Akainu know, because she knows, and Sengoku can just find out. How many other people who are at the main base know what Garp just did? So I find it kind of interesting. How come he didn't tell anybody besides just Sengoku? And that's off convenience. If Sengoku didn't ask, she probably still wouldn't know. So just like, did Garp tell him not to tell Sengoku? But I don't think that's Garp's style. I think Garp would just, nah, I don't care. I'm just going to go. So I kind of find it. But again, that running theme of, again, how Garp is as a person is still like, he's old and he's still doing the same thing as if he's like a young guy. And I thought it was pretty funny.
All right, Law?
Yeah, I just want to give a little background to it's T-Bone, yeah, T-Bone. Because when I first read this, like, I was shocked that a vice admiral died. And then you go freed further from where we just left off, is that we find out how he died a little bit, and it's from his kingdom, right? And this kingdom was starving. Everything is like, but a vice admiral, because we all know that he was a captain that fought, captain level Marine that fought Zoro pre-time skip, and the fight, Zoro recognized he was strong, but the fight ended very, very quickly, right? But now he rose in ranks to vice admiral level, yeah, he got dealt with pretty quickly. So going back to when we first see T-Bone, there's a noteworthy few things about his personality where we could play into what possibly happened, is that, right, one, when he sees his Marine subordinate, he yells out, "Hey you," and says, "What is that wound on you?" Then he just says out like how he got bit by a bug, but the Marine was bleeding. And how serious he took that the fact that his subordinate was showing blood. That he said, we cannot move on until we fix your wound. Rips off his own cloak, right, piece of it, then ties it around and takes care of his bandage. And then says, right, when my subordinate shed blood, my own heart is injured, right? So then we see him. It says, on this day, the world be filled with peace and kind. Peaceful and kind. Let the world be peaceful and kind. And in his thing, it says, right, hobby is saving people. And his motto is 100 good deeds per day, right? So clearly, with this things that Oda probably wrote for a reason, saying how we see that that Pep Kingdom, the situation they're in, where like thousands of people would die every day from starvation, right? Noting T-Bone's character, what we just read here, he will take that personally, because not only subordinates that he would act, but the people he's trying to protect and save, he's going to take that to heart. Like, if he's going to see the people suffering, he's going to do everything, like you said, he ripped off his own clothes to fix a bug wound, you know? He's going to take the heart of whatever. So now, because of that situation, we could see where they probably took advantage of that, you know? Because, like I said, what Tsuru said? I forgot, yeah, Tsuru said, is that poverty can change people. So he has to know that the Marines do good and everything, but it's like, but the Marines, as we can see, they all know of the situation, but they're not really doing much to help it from what we can tell. And in fact, we've seen as a running theme in the One Piece world, where you would see kingdoms, countries, and people suffering, and the Marines are not really doing much to take care of them. In fact, they prefer to cover up their bases, and they kind of help the people who are rich, you know? So, and this thing, like he was Sengoku saying that how are we supposed to protect them where they're turning against us? It was like, well, you haven't really been taking care of them in the first place. Yeah, maybe from pirates for a little bit, but their everyday means of living has not been taken care of. So now they're not viewing you as an ally or a source that's going to be their savior. They're viewing you as an opportunity now to get out of their situation. So like pretty much now, them's like, if you want to fix the situation, you got to do it better to take care of the kingdoms that are, of the people that are starving in a situation. Yeah. Because that's how usually civil wars or revolts happen, because of we've seen it in Alabasta, that kingdom. But now we're seeing it on a grand scale. It's happening to the Marines. You know, as soon as an opportunity arises where they can do something about it.
I'll let you go.
All right. Lawrence brought out a point that I was going to bring out and expand upon a little bit, and it's T-Bone's character. Lawrence talked about what he was like and how he reacted to injustices and his subordinates and them being in hardships or whatever. He was always willing to go the extra mile for other people. It had me thinking.
I think you had the same thought.
Did T-Bone fake his death so that these people could take the money from Buggy, because he realized there was nothing that he could actually do as a vice admiral? Did he fake his death for these people? I went there when I read the chapter, and when Lawrence was talking about his character, I went there even, I kind of believe it now, especially because of something else that's in this chapter, just how Oda writes in general. The odds that he's not a fan favorite.
Yeah.
But the odds that he would just done off T-Bone like this, off paneled, and I don't know. I just don't know that Oda would do that. To speak to the situation, I actually do hope that T-Bone's gone, just because it brings more, tense and like everything that Sengoku and Tsuru were talking about is real, right? Like we're supposed to be protecting these people, and now we have to watch our backs for them. It's something that Kid brought up when we first learned about what Cross Guild was doing with the bounties, right? And I just like that setup. And we still get it, even if T-Bone faked, or disappeared for these people. But like, I just love the dynamic where now we always talk about what the matchups are going to be. It looks like we're getting Cross Guild versus the Marines, right? Like that's going to be their storyline here. And some other things in the chapter will highlight other potential Marine adversaries. But in general, I just like the path we're going down. But that's what registered with me, with T-Bone. He was always pretty cool, like as far as like a villain. Like Zoro's villains are always different, where they're like super badass. T-Bone wasn't, but he was at the same time somehow. So
just correct you. Honestly, from how he is, you can't view him as a villain.
Right, I mean,
I know.
I'm just Marine.
No, I'm just like, most people.
He not a villain. He op.
I know, yeah. Because like even like he's like the Marines, because there is bad people in the Marines, but he's more of like seeing on the righteous side of the Marines. Like he's saving people.
Right.
Like so I wouldn't classify him as a villain, maybe just an opponent.
And beyond that, I did agree with Lionel on the whole like flashbacks to Garp doing Garp things. I also love the whole interaction with Sengoku and Hina, just because like it's not just Garp, right? Like Kujaku also went, who is Tsuru's granddaughter. So it's like,
Oh, yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she was like, yo, wait, what? Like she probably would have had no reaction to Garp going. Right?
Yeah,
like she was like, oh, it's Garp. That's
Yeah.
what he does. But now my granddaughter's involved. And now it's like, yo, hold up. Like, it's kind of crazy. Are we getting Sengoku and Tsuru at Beehive?
I was wondering that too.
I don't know, but that's all I got.
It's the start of anarchy. I think when this is the thing about the Marines for me. They like to play the hero getup, and this is one of the factors of why I think Garp's decision not to save Ace was very contradictive, and why I don't agree with it. Right? It's because Garp believes that him being in the Marines is the better way of life, and the things that he does is for the better purpose of one's individual happiness and how he should live his life in accordance to like protecting and serving and doing this and that. And it's like, yo, the Marines, they allow slavery. They allow purchasing and selling of human beings. They not only do such things as that, but like they take from these lands massive like amounts of money to the point where like countries starve to death. And then you have people like Kaido who come from those countries and become monsters, or even Whitebeard to that degree, right? So it's like when we talk about poverty and we talk about money, it's literally the world government putting their own countries that support them into these situations of, of opportunity to do very criminal things. And it's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Like, at the end of the day, Lelouch or whoever is being mistreated from the government that, is supposed to serve them. Mm-hmm. But instead, the islands are serving the government. And it's like, when Sengoku and Tsuru have this perspective of thinking, yo, we're supposed to protect these people. Yet, now we can't even protect them because they're looking to take us out. It's like, you were never for the people. Mm-hmm. Like, the Marines have never been for the people. They may think it, but they've never truly been, because if so, they would have changed the system that's in the Marines. But since they can't do so, they're good cops in a bad system, which technically will probably make them bad cops by association. And it's not their fault, right? Because if they disobey certain orders, then what happens? They get disbanded, or they're relieved of their duties. And then they become, revolutionaries or pirates overall again. Like, there's no right side to being on the Marines. And this is why I disagree so heavily with Garp and his ways of living, and why I think he should have saved Ace. And it goes back to T-Bone. Even if T-Bone is that great of a person, people look at the Marines like they're the villains. Mm-hmm. Pirates are not for us. You're not for us. And we're starving. Pirates aren't directly making us starve. They could just come to the island and wreak havoc, yeah, but we could defend ourselves against something like that, possibly, if they're not too crazy. But if we're literally being told, if we don't give you money and resources, you're gonna completely collapse our economy from the inside out, who's the real monsters? You know what I'm saying? So when I hear Sengoku and Tsuru have this conversation, I kind of think like it's either ignorance or they're just super naive still, even though they're super experienced. And it's like, which one do I believe in this case? And this is why I think like Crocodile, I've never been a huge fan, but I love Crocodile a little bit more than usual because he put in a system that directly combats what the government is doing by doing the same thing that the government does. So now he's doing more of a revolution than Dragon has ever done so far. Like his little time of just creating this bounty system on Marines has literally caused countries to revolt against the world government, and that's what Dragon has been trying to do. Is it the right way of doing it? Listen, if Dragon was to ever overtake the world government, we don't know who replaces them, right? It could just be somebody just as evil. That's probably what happened in the Void Century when all these kingdoms got together. They probably thought that the ancient kingdom, as advanced as they were, wasn't actually for the people. They probably believed it was for them because what else to prove that happened? Maybe they had ancient weapons. Why would they need ancient weapons? Why would they need island destroyers? I would think that a couple countries would come together and try to oppose them, right? Well, let's just say maybe somebody like Dragon overthrew that government and then they became the Celestial Dragons. And they became worse people because of the position of power, because power corrupts people.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Crocodile's a genius. I think the Cross Guild definitely is something to be feared now. I think that this is a very dangerous aspect of the show, where like we could see the whole world in a battle royale now, instead of just the Pirates, Revs, and Cross Guild and Marines. So sorry I took up so much time.
No, we good.
But I was cooking. All right, but let's go to chat.
Yeah, we got a couple supers waiting. It's another 20 gifted memberships from our guy, Pig Hudson.
Hey, Pig.
Pig, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
Pig.
for all that you do. For those of you who are accepting these memberships, again, please enjoy all the emojis you have to play with now. We did get another $5 super chat from Terrence Matthews that says, I don't think he faked his death. I think he let himself get killed.
I was gonna bring that up. I was thinking that. I think he actually, and there's a reason for it too, though. I was gonna bring it up that somebody mentioned. Pretty much, a friend of ours actually mentioned that T-Bone. What if that was actually King Moon's hometown or home kingdom?
Who?
T-Bone.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
And they said that because how he looks similar to the starvation people, and how he is as a person, he would be a person that like seeing this or knowing that's his hometown, he might have given his life.
Yeah.
And also, I was going to question: do we know that this kingdom though is directly under the government's or Marines' protection? Because that's the whole thing with Whitebeard's kingdom. It was under their protection, and that's how it led to that. So like,
Well, so
because for instance, Kaido's country wasn't under the protection at first until they got it. They got the money to be under its protection. But Whitebeard's hometown never was.
So that's the thing. They weren't because they were too poor. This kingdom seemingly has been too poor for years.
Yeah.
So whether they were or not at one point, at the current point, they can't afford to pay the tithes. So no matter what, the world government, to Larry's point, like y'all are supposed to be helping these people on some level, but they can't pony up, and now it's open season on them.
Yeah.
From pirates or whatever. So, but yeah. We did get another $5 super chat from Drek the Drek. It says, it's not the Marines' job to fight poverty or police neighborhoods. They aren't politicians, police, or business people. They're the global military.
I mean, you're the global police then.
So the way, while I agree with Drek, the way they are in One Piece, I don't know. Like, they do technically have that job on some level. You know what I mean? Like, not so much police, but to ensure there is safety and things happening. Now, again, as far as the poverty goes, that's a little above their pay grade, but they don't have to let people be fighting for their lives every day either,
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, because how I view it is like, for example, like it's because you got to think about the world government in this thing in the One Piece world is made of two parts. It's the world government and the Marines, right? And they could do a measure of helping them out with helping them with resources. They have the means to with money wise, or even like just even to make sure to defend for themselves where they live. Especially if you want the kingdoms to support you, because now, for example, you legit have, like Larry said, you have dragons and those people, and you have people now turning against Marines. Why? Because they're viewing the Marines a certain way, not as their allies, not as their saviors, not as someone who's going to be there to protect them or help them. You know, like what it looks like is like you're kind of the Marines who have the power to probably provide them with at least something to fend for themselves or to support themselves, either with farming or something. It's like the Marines are not doing it at all. You're letting thousands of people have died. Mm-hmm. So in that situation, they may not have the power to fully fix it, but you at least help them to do something for themselves by like providing something. Because you could, not like the Marines doesn't have the power to do that. Yeah. We know they do, you know, but they're not doing anything at all. Yeah. So that's why, like, with these two-part government, with the Marines and the world government, the One Piece world, and this is why you're having this effect.
Like, seemingly, like, T-Bone's the Marine that was there, but, like, if they know that this country's going through this, if Green Bull really cared, he could just go and plant forest life, plant whatever there, and now y'all have at least crops to farm and maybe sell and make some money, or just eat. Yeah. Like, there's more the Marines could be doing. Like, whether it's, it's their job or not, they could and should be doing more based off what the resources that they have. So
there's no such thing as halfway crooks or heroes.
Hey, bro. Yeah, man.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, we got another $5 from James Hudson. It says, "Don't forget we want cosplays for episode 100. Larry D. Clown returns, Jinbei Seb, and the twins as Papagu and Kami. Hashtag Buggy Gang.
They want you as Kami, Lionel.
I can't dress up as a woman, guys. I can't do it.
Thank you.
I can't dress up as a woman.
Thank you so much, Pig.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Pig.
Oh, man. Got another 2 from Strahd. It says, "I'm sorry to Vanna White, but please like the stream. Thank you." Yes, everybody, if you're enjoying the content, please like the stream. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. We got another membership to Nakama status from Mo Clay Jr. It says, "How can a devil fruit get removed from an object?" It's a Vegapunk question.
Yeah, that is
That's Vegapunk, bro. You can't ask us.
Like, you think about it, the people, like, you die, it goes away. This one, do you destroy it? And then, I don't know. Yeah, that's a Vegapunk question.
Thank you. We got another $5 from Velocity Arrow. It says, "Has your guys' respect for Buggy grown after this chapter?" I don't think I can have more respect for Buggy at any point. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. That's my guy.
No.
Yeah. I mean, after this chapter, I gained a little bit.
Yeah, I'll say a little bit.
Yeah, I figured it would be Yatu. You know what I'm saying?
No, I did it. I'm not gonna get to it.
It was way low.
We gotta keep going, guys.
I'm trying. Yeah. We got another 10 from Mo Clay Jr. It says, "How can a devil get? Would it be breaking it with hockey?" So it's the same question again, but with hockey. I mean, yeah, I think you can. If you use hockey, you can do almost anything. So. Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess. I mean, removing a devil fruit,
that's more scientific stuff. So
yeah, I'm sorry, Mo. So I wish we had better answers for you. Man.
Maybe
Blackbeard could work. Maybe, yeah. We got another membership to Nakama status. Oh snap, my bad. From Urameshi, it says T-Bone is trash. Damn, yo, we was just giving T-Bone bad love out here. Oh my gosh, we got $3 from HG. It says, "Seb, daily reminder that Stroyson is Madara." I'm not even going to entertain that one. We got $33.33 from our guy Nick Quavo. It says, "Y'all won't be live when believe when it happens, but the 3333 for 33K. Hashtag Larry Legend. Hashtag 33.
Oh, okay. What you did there.
Yeah, little Larry Bird reference. I appreciate that one. Another $2 from Terrible TJ. It says,
"It's also because we're gonna hit 33,000."
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying the Larry Legend part. It wasn't just about you.
All right, my bad.
Larry be telling me to hurry up, and then he interjects.
All
right. Anyway, we got another 2 from Terrible TJ. It says, "Like the stream, y'all. Let's get those likes up." Thank you so much, TJ.
Hey, thank you guys for everything.
But that's all the soups for now.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we head over to the Cross Guild. We see the man who took our T-Bone. What? Why did I write that?
It's a spelling error. Our out.
I don't know. I said our T-Bone, like he was our guy.
You meant to put out. Took out.
Oh yeah. I took out T-Bone. I need the fish oil pill. He's shivering in fear, but says he's grateful the money he got for the bounty went to his family. Even if he never gets to see his family again, it's still better than them starving. Buggy says he's the champion of evil. Then Buggy welcomes him into the pirate career. A man bursts through the doors, then tells Buggy the Cross Guild ship is ready. Buggy goes to take a look and can't believe it. Then Mihawk and Crocodile say behind him, "You expect us to ride on this clown ship?" Then they tell Buggy to come to the meeting room, and Buggy is tearing, being visibly upset. What did you think about this part, Law?
So again, we finally get to see the guy who did it. And that's why I was like, this weak little thing took out T-Bone. And that's why I had to look more of like how possible, where I looked into like when we first seen T-Bone, what we know about him, what could possibly happen to take advantage of his righteousness or likeness or love for good. Right? And to me, I'm not gonna lie, this is small, but like they're hyping up Buggy and everything. And this guy says... calls Buggy a baggie of flesh. But I'm thinking in my head, are you new? Like, cause like how they ride with Buggy, how would he mess it up? But it just made me laugh though, cause like reading the different translations that said it, it was funny every time reading the different way they put it, right? And then right here we see again going on with the gag where how they view Buggy, right? And I'm trying to make you think of, it shows how weak they feel, but like, do y'all not know? Especially I can maybe Crocodile. You know, like, but Mihawk's here. Y'all really believe that Buggy for those people, Buggy over Mihawk? You know, because they keep giving Buggy top billing. You know, no matter what, we see it. They did with the poster.
I mean, he the Yonko.
Now they're doing, but they in a way, they're the ones that kind of made Buggy a Yonko. The fact that, because like they just heard that, oh yeah, business wise, it was strictly business. The relation with Mihawk, Crocodile, and Buggy. Right? It's not like he joined the crew. It's just business wise. But they're the ones that put Buggy at the head of the Wanna poster or the flyer. And then the Marines saw that and they made Buggy Yonko, right? And now they did the same thing here where what they did was they put him at the head of the ship, right? So again, it's like they hold Buggy way above, because even the new guy's above Mihawk, which is crazy to me. It's like, do y'all not know who he is? Like, come on, man. But anyway, yeah. So then we're going into here, right? And it shows like what the business, what they're trying to accomplish, right? And I'm trying to understand mostly like Crocodile and Mihawk's endgame here, right? Because they're making sure what they're trying to include for, like, they said they're trying to build a military utopia.
Wait, you didn't go that far, did you?
No, we didn't go that
No,
far.
we didn't get that far, bro.
You did?
No.
Nah, bro.
Stop it. Get some help.
We stopped at the when Buggy's making that crying face.
Okay. My bad.
You done?
Yeah.
Lionel.
Yeah, I think again it goes into like again this lore funniness with Buggy, pretty much like like yeah, like how so many people like ride for Buggy, and it's like, but it's weird, like Buggy has like a weird, because the first you talk about when Lawrence spoke up like the difference between Mihawk and Crocodile. Crocodile, they're not associating with these people, but Buggy gives off, and we see later on, like he gives off a lore and speech to these people that they feed off Buggy's charisma, whether it's good or bad. Like he doesn't have a charisma to have strong people like follow him, but he has like relatively weak to strong people. Like he has at max maybe level 3 level people, and from Empo down to follow him or follow that. Like what did the Whitebeard say in Read for the War? Like he had at least level 2 to level 3 people to follow Buggy. But I think
Buggy was weak, but the people around him could be
exactly
a help.
Yeah. But I don't think he had any level 4 people, right? Like around Mr. 1 level.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah. So I was pretty much going by like Buggy at least has that, because later on we see he gives that speech again. He rallied the people. So that's we know for a fact Mihawk and Crocodile are not talking or associating with people at all. So that's why they don't lump them. Like they have them there, but they give Buggy the villain. I mean the top villain, because they give him that lore, but also Buggy's constantly interacting with them. But again, we just know the truth about what's really going on, and again we see that later on. But again, it just shows. But I'm actually surprised that the pirates actually gave them the money, gave the money for for him to help his family. I'm actually surprised about that. Like, because you have money, you're giving it away, but now you're actually holding the end to your bargain. Because honestly, I don't know if I never seen honestly when the Marines when somebody, a bounty hunter, catches a pirate. Have we ever seen them get that money?
I don't know if we ever seen the exchange, but I'm sure it's happened. Like
Blackbeard got compensated.
But he
didn't get the money though.
Yeah,
I know.
But-
He got something else in return.
So I'll say this: you at the minimum to start the business or this idea, you have to give the money out. Because if you want it to stick, at least to start, you have to give the money out to start. Bro.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make any sense to me. As in, like, not that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But for them, how do they gain money? Like, they want more money and everything, but if you're just giving out money from them taking out Marines, that's just loss on you. You know? Like, the world government, I understand that your world government, you have stuff coming in through, like, you know, the donations or whatever from those kingdoms. But as in Crocodile's business, you're just giving out money. How do you gain money from this?
Crocodile's a smart dude. I'm sure he has money.
Yeah.
But in general, they do other things beyond this. Like, Cross Guild is doing more than just they're not even hunting the Marines. Other people are doing it on their behalf, and they're paying it out. But the Cross Guild people are, like, professional pirates. They're stealing treasure, they're pillaging, looting, taking out people, whatever. Like, they're doing what they do to make money. This is just something that they're having other people do on their behalf, essentially.
That's something I think is like the people they recruit from it, like this guy, they put him to work and use them. Yeah,
now he gonna go make that back.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And also because the Marines in government don't just make money off the kingdoms; they do other stuff also. Like, you know, they get like for instance, they have the kingdoms under them. They also fight and have certain things to get money from besides just getting the the allowance from the kingdoms. They do other stuff just like pirates do other stuff to get money. The Marines do the same thing.
Yeah. You done?
Yeah.
Seb?
I don't know, but that whole train of thinking just made me think they about to put this dude on the corner to make this happen. But this whole interaction was actually sad to me. It was. Like, this dude is basically separated from his family after having taken out a high-ranking Marine officer, Vice Admiral to that point, and now he's forced into a life of piracy where they're going to ruin his life further because he's clearly not very strong. Like, I know he took T-Bone out, but we've all had some speculation on the legitimacy of that feat. And now it's like, yo, I'm a champion of evil. Like, no, you're not, bro. Like, you're not built for this. You're not about this life. Now you're forced to be a pirate. So it's just, I hope this guy has a happy ending in some way. But if he did clip T-Bone in that way, then maybe not. Is what it is. Buggy's always funny to me. His crew's always going to be funny to me. I don't have much here, so I'll pass the layer.
Yeah. I mean, just going off what I first said, that people are going to get desperate. And I think there's a lot of desperate people in One Piece. That, you know, even when we was in Boa Kingdom, there was a separation of royalty and desperation. And I think we're going to start seeing those desperate people come to light and start taking out, like, royals. Why? Because royals are not being protected by Marines. Marines are scared to protect them. And when you have Marines that are scared, that means that those countries that are being ruled by people like Stelly are gonna start flipping over. And that's the side effect of what the Cross Guild is doing. So, you know, I'm a huge fan of chaos, of deserved chaos, but also this puts into a point where, like, this can get really dangerous for the series. Like, there might be a line where it just gets erased between good and bad. We're no longer gonna know who's on the right side of things. A lot of people tend to think that Luffy's on the right side of things, right? And I think I explained this to Sebastian earlier. Luffy's probably one of the worst people in the show. He directly went into Impel Down to save his brother for a selfish reason that his brother put himself in. Meanwhile, Hannibal legitimately looked him in the face and said, yo, just because you think you're doing the right thing doesn't mean it's the right thing. You're literally escaping with Crocodile, with Ivankov, and all these other people that have done legitimate crimes. And they're going to be set loose on countries in the world that are peaceful, that are living, that are trying to live. But because you see it one way, you think that it's going to mean, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that Luffy necessarily is a good person, but I wouldn't say he's a total bad person too. It's just that when you have selfish freedoms or like freedom overall, it could really impact everybody on the grand scheme of things. And I think this is what we're going to start seeing throughout the world, which is why I said Crocodile and the Cross Guild is making a bigger impact to revolutionize everybody throughout the world than Dragon is. And he did it in like less than 6 months. So
I have so much to say about what you just said, but we have so much chapter to get through.
Yeah.
I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it.
But Super Chats really quick.
Yeah.
Yo, we have to skip the $2 ones. I'm sorry.
There are 80.
All right.
All right, but we got another 5 gifted memberships from James Hudson. Big, thank you so much, man. You don't have to keep doing this.
Yo, thank you, Pig.
Thank you.
Seriously,
Appreciate you.
it's much appreciated. We got another $5 from Deja Blue. It says, at McDonald's, what do y'all want?
Yo, 10-piece nugget, bro, with the barbecue.
Back, yo, 6-piece nuggets, barbecue sauce, small fries, a McDouble, and a Fanta orange soda.
Don't he sound like the dude from San
I want
Andreas?
two number 9s.
Oh, Big Smoke.
A number 5 large, a number 6 with extra dip.
I can't.
All right, next.
We got another $5 from James Hudson. It says,
Pig,
okay,
bro.
Lionel, if K-Me is off the table, I'll settle for King Neptune. Hashtag road to 100.
I don't know how we would get any of that within a week.
Express ship. We got another $5 from Drek the Drek. It says, I didn't realize till now that the Marine bounty system is cross-guild recruitment in disguise. They'll become wanted by the world government, so they'll need protection. Yo, it's genius.
Yeah.
It's really genius. But thank you so much, Drek. It says, another 5 from Project Iceman. It says, oh, politics, economics, I live for stuff like this in Shonen. How a change in dynamic can drastically change society. It's why I like My Hero Academia so much. I don't know how deep into that My Hero goes, but I'm sure it
They
gets pretty
can't
deep.
save people without having like a license and stuff like that. If not, they get fined or penalized or considered a criminal.
We got a $3 super chat from Strahd. It says, can't ignore this one.
Yeah.
I should have
Alright.
ignored it.
So let's go on to the next one. Marv, after this question, we'll take a break for sponsorship, and then we'll get into our last questions. All right. So Crocodile and Buggy and Mihawk are in their meeting room. They put Buggy's head onto a hook. Buggy's also a little bit beat up. Buggy says that Shanks is on the move. He continues on by saying neither of himself or Shanks went to Laugh-Tale. He mentions that Shanks had so much promise that he gave up his dreams. We go to a flashback of a young Shanks and Buggy 24 years ago, the day of Roger's death. In the rain, Buggy yells at Shanks about how he was going to go to Laugh-Tale, but Shanks tells Buggy he's changed his mind. Buggy thinks to himself that Shanks isn't who he thought he was. He's not the king of the next generation. Shanks invites Buggy to become pirates with him, but calls Shanks a coward. Buggy then says to himself that he thought Roger's wish was for Shanks to follow in his footsteps. Then we come back to present day, and Buggy is yelling at Crocodile and Mihawk about how he's on the same level as Shanks now. If he's gonna do it, then he's gonna become king of the pirates too. Both Crocodile and Mihawk are in disbelief. Mihawk then says, do you expect us to fight Shanks, Luffy, and Blackbeard all at once? Buggy says you don't have to, but you just have to reach the treasure first. Then he goes on to the intercom and yells to everyone that they are going to find the One Piece. Mihawk and Crocodile are not happy about the announcement. And we'll start with Seb.
All right, so this whole stretch of the chapter was amazing and great, and it fueled so many agendas that this is why I love Oda, bro. But on a more somber note, for those of y'all that have kids, this is why you can't make it obvious who your favorites are. Because Buggy and Shanks are basically the two children of Gold Roger. And because Roger very clearly favored Shanks, Buggy grew this extreme insecurity, and it changed the trajectory of his entire life. You know what I mean? Like, that festered in him, and his view of Shanks is now a reason why he's a clown in real life, right now, like in regular life right now. Like, I know I'm not trying to get too deep into that, but like, that's what I thought when I read that.
Is this personal, bro? Are you mad at like?
I'm gonna see my father lit now. Anyway,
Did Lawrence get some type of treatment that he didn't get?
it wasn't Lawrence, it was Charles. No, it was Charles.
Charles Merlin, you know.
Lawrence Alano now, like, you know what, yo? You know what?
But no, I thought again agenda piece all day, every day. Y'all know my whole Buggy cross-guild theory that I was working on. This chapter kind of destroyed it a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm gonna find a way to tweak it and still get that video out. But I still loved what I got here because I got actual characterization from Buggy as a real character. And we don't see that often. We really don't. It's always a gag. It's always some comedy shtick. And yes, it was played for a gag here too, but we saw the real innermost workings of his mind. In that moment 24 years ago, he had that conversation with Shanks. And if Shanks would have stepped up to the plate and been like, I'm going after the One Piece, Buggy probably would have been right there with him. But because Shanks played it the way he did, Buggy had his reaction. Where his insecurity is like, yo, I'm not even on your level and you're not even going after that. Right? You're supposed to be the next guy. You're supposed to be Roger's real protege. And you're, like, balking at the throne here. So, and again, man, like, Oda he's that good. I didn't think I would get this from Buggy. Yeah. I didn't, but I got it. Crocodile and Mihawk basically not wanting to be Pirate King and, like, having this jaded view where, like, they don't want to go after it. I thought it was funny. And when I read the spoilers for this chapter, I laughed because I was like, yo, Kid was literally like, yo, if you don't have the stones to go after the One Piece, you can't make it in the sea in the New World. I'm like, damn Mihawk, damn Crocodile, like pre-Skip Kid was shitting on you. But that's where my mind went. I love Crocodile, so I'm not gonna talk too much crap. But Mihawk, man, I'm not a fraud watch guy like Larry, but his face when Bucky said that we're going after the One Piece, bro. That was the most fraudulent shit in a long time. Now again, I'm not scaling Mihawk with this moment. I still think he's that guy. I just didn't like that look. That's not a good look. That is not a good look, bro. It's not. You gotta be willing to accept that. Like even Crocodile was more angry. Mihawk looked worried. Like, why do you look like that?
That's because he's serious. He's serious.
Man. Look at that face. He literally sweating, bro. Literally sweating, bro. Again, I'm not a Mihawk because I'm Front Watch, but shout out to Buggy, man. That speech he gave, I'd have been trying to get the One Piece too, bro. Yeah. Buggy gang, you know.
Buggy would have inspired you.
Buggy inspired me, bro. I'm going after my dreams.
I can't.
But that's all I got.
That's
all I got.
So it's funny what Sebastian was saying, but this, to me, what I saw with Mihawk and Mihawk and Crocodile, it made me think of, like, it's kind of different, like, makes you think of, like, the Blackbeard Pirates, or how Blackbeard goes about things. It's like you're going through the non fighting for it route. You're trying to look for another way of achieving your goals. And Crocodile, if you think about it, he's trying to do exactly what he did before, but with Mihawk, right? Like, you saw how when he was a Shichibu guy, right? He tried taking over a kingdom, right? He's trying to do the same thing, but like starting his own military base with Mihawk, a stronger pirate than him. So when he could, with his strength, you could use that to scale upwards. And Mihawk, what I think is, like, we kind of got this thing for him. He wants to do whatever he wants, but he also doesn't like being bothered. And that's the reason why he became a Shichibukai. He goes, I don't want to be bothered by hassle to be by the Marines. Then there's also, too, we always question, because he's a pirate, but he's a lone pirate. He's by himself. In a sense, and you're a swordsman, what in a sense makes you a pirate? Because we don't really see Mihawk legit sail with a Jolly Roger, right? So I always think of what makes Mihawk a pirate, because now, again, he doesn't want to be chased by the Marines, but the Marines consider you a pirate, you know? Maybe because it could be the fact that he was named Marine Hunter. He got into scuffles with the Marines. Maybe because they're a swordsman or whatever, you know? But the main thing is, like, Crocodile and Mihawk are showing that they're doing this route here because, and even, like, having Buggy take the fall for them is because they don't want to be bothered by the Marines, but they want to use this secret thing to establish their own military base, again, further. So, because they even worded that they could stand up to a military nation and a utopia that could resist any power. Right? So they want to be able to compete against the world government, right? Or even to sustain themselves against the world government, sustain themselves against the Marines, and sustain themselves against other Yonkos, right? But without being bothered by them. Like, we have our own thing. No one can threaten our peace in a way, or what we want to do. We're established. We're good. You know, peace out. That's what I got what they're trying to do, but they're trying to do it in a way where, like, they're not really fighting. They're using, like, again, this system. Like, we already see that Crocodile, the reason why the Marines fear Crocodile is not so much for his strength, but it's his cunningness. Crocodile, like Larry said, thought of all this in a way to compete. So Crocodile's going to get there using his brain, right? And then now he has the strength to match it with Mihawk. So that's what I saw with that one. And going into the story I want to mention is like the Buggy and Shanks thing. I thought that was so interesting because like we see that's 𝚪𝙁𝙪 patting Shanks on the head, right? And I was wondering because you know that Whitebeard even noticed that Shanks is phenomenal potential. Like even at that young age, Shanks stood out as a capable fighter in the New World against. And these are two people, the two stronger, like you have the 𝚪𝙁𝙪 and Whitebeard, but still acknowledge Shanks' strength as a young kid. I always thought that was interesting, and I've been saying it since years back, you know, and that's also why I've always said the great potential that Shanks showed, right? But then now you see that Buggy realized it too, and even viewed him as the next generation's king, right? But I want to tackle something that's interesting, is that, right, Shanks didn't say that he wasn't going to go for it. He said for now, right? And to me, it goes back into that Shanks knew Roger's dream, right? And that same dream, I'm talking about because Roger had multiple dreams, but the same one that Luffy mentioned. And I'm trying to get back to what I think is that why Shanks cried. Part of it is we didn't get any detail from it. I believe is because what did Roger say earlier? I was too early, right? So if they have this close relationship and Shanks used him as a father, it could be that Shanks, when he heard Roger's dream, thought that was like the greatest thing ever. I want this to happen, you know? And then thought how it would change the world, how it would be much better with this dream. But then he hears that Roger saying, I can't accomplish it now. I'm too early. It can't be done. Could have broke Shanks' heart. Like, dang. You know, then it's like, yeah. And also, Shanks is mad young kid for going after Pirate King, right? Because also I noticed that with, for example, Luffy. He says to Rayleigh, yo, I met a kid that said the same things as our Captain Roger, right? So now Shanks held off from it. Then now, Luffy, he gives Luffy the hat, right? And then now Luffy's becoming like closer to the Pirate King. And Luffy would reach this stage. Now Shanks says, I'm going to make my move now. So I'm going by the time frame, right? Shanks, that's the reason why I think Shanks said I'm not going for it now is because he knew what Roger said. It's too early, right? You need time. Now Shanks realizing it's too early, thinking this is the time now, and now Luffy's involved. The next probably, like, you know, who's just like similar to like his old Captain Roger, is like, now's the time to move. It's time now from what Roger said, and the one who's going to help accomplish that dream that Roger had is Luffy. So this will be now the time to act, and that's why I believe Shanks is moving with those two factors. And yeah, so that's why how Buggy heavily judged Shanks for it. It made me think, well, you don't know this. I don't know if Buggy had that connection that Roger had with Shanks, but from what I could tell, he didn't. Shanks had that connection. He knew all this stuff, and also Buggy's kind of an idiot. But yeah, yeah, going back to, I'm going to sum it up because I've been talking for a while, is that I got a little respect for Buggy for this one because, yeah, he called out Mihawk and Crocodile because, again, but also I want to add, just because you don't have those dreams to be that doesn't not make you great or less because Whitebeard. He legit lived in the same generation as Robert, rivaled Roger, but didn't have those dreams at all of becoming the Pirate King or the greatest. He just wanted a family. I don't know exactly what Mihawk and Crocodile's goal is, but Whitebeard is a kind of example. So to me, I'm not gonna lie, this stuff does show that I kind of question if Mihawk is a conqueror, but also too, I think of Whitebeard, who legit rivaled Roger, yet he didn't have that same ambitions.
Interesting, you would parallel Whitebeard and Mihawk, but
Yeah, Lano?
Actually, I'm gonna go jump into the questioning Mihawk. I didn't question Mihawk at all because, again, what is Mihawk's dream? Become the world's greatest swordsman. What is Zolo's dream? Become the world's greatest swordsman. Does Zolo care about becoming Pirate King? Not at all. But Crocodile did. Crocodile's dream was coming to Pirate King. Then he lost to Whitebeard. Then later on, remember you saw a cover story when Crocodile pretty much showed that I'm not gonna try to go for that anymore. What did that woman do? She did something that showed Crocodile's inner dream. What was it? To become the Pirate King. So it shows that Crocodile doing this actually knocks Crocodile more than Mihawk because Mihawk already achieved his dream. He's the world's greatest swordsman. So now he's pretty much, I'm going to worse because I actually got some worse vibes. Goraiko. Goraiko became the strongest. He didn't become King of Tsuru. I'm sorry for spoiling, but Goraiko was considered that strong person. But all he wanted to do was chill and hang out with women. Yeah, people kept on coming after Goraiko. Mihawk's pretty much doing the thing. I already achieved my goal. I'm waiting for Zolo. Like, pretty much that's what I'm waiting for. Like, maybe Shanks, I don't know, but like, thing is, Mihawk Mihawk becoming Pirate King, that doesn't suit his dream. Why he became a pirate, we don't know. Because he was tagging Marines. Maybe the Marines lead him as a pirate because he was tagging Marines, and most likely pirates do that. But we don't know. But I'm just saying this does not, to me, knock Mihawk at all. It's mostly knocks Crocodile. Because again, that was your original dream. And now you're just throwing it out the way because you lost the Whitebeard. You're not trying to achieve it anymore. So that's what I was thinking of towards with Mihawk in general. The whole thing with Crocodile being the whole utopia thing, honestly, I thought that it was like, so you're trying to get any power. So it shows that the nation you're trying to build, it has to be stronger than the world government establishment right now. Like, that's what he's trying to build. Like, build something stronger than the world government. And I'm thinking, I wonder if he wants, because he said that, and I find it interesting that he said he needs, like, Mihawk said, for you to do that, you need overwhelming power. But Crocodile says he associated that to buying it instead of gaining it.
So it's funny you say that. Somebody brought this up, and they said that Mihawk, Crocodile, and Buggy all represent the One Piece already.
Okay.
Mihawk is power, Crocodile is wealth, and Buggy is fame, and that's what the speech was. So it's just funny that he's saying let's go after the One Piece, but like they represent the three things. They're just together now. But go ahead, finish. My bad.
I didn't know. That's actually pretty cool. Pretty dope. But yeah, so I was thinking of like him trying to buy it, and I'm like, instead of gaining it through like other means, like why you need to buy overwhelming strength, like how you gonna get that overwhelming strength. But thinking of you buying it, is that really gonna give you what you really need? Because for instance, we have other crews who didn't buy that strength. They just have it through, like for instance, you have Shanks and Whitebeard and Luffy's. They didn't buy it, but they have overwhelming fleets that could compatible to other powerful nations. But they didn't buy it. They just gained it through natural means, through friendships, or through bonding. So I'm thinking Crocodile. This kind of shows like Crocodile in a way, like you said, Larry, is going about it the wrong way. Like you're trying to buy power, which is like that's not how you really get it. Same with Kaido. Him trying to get this crew and like monster and try to break people's wills, get a strong crew. Again, that's not how you do it. And it shows like there's certain ways to do certain things. Again, and whether we ever get that in One Piece, the right way of doing it, I don't know. I honestly don't know if we're ever going to get the right way of doing things in One Piece. Because even Luffy, technically he's doing the right way, but even though he's a pirate, he's still causing a lot of like negative things towards the human society in One Piece. So I'm thinking of, even though people have their own way of doing things and own freedom, there's no particularly right way in One Piece. Because anyway, all of it's kind of wrong. The only one you could maybe say maybe be Dragon, but I don't know his, like, there's too much vagueness going on with Dragon. So I don't know if he has the right way either. But I find that kind of interesting. And also I was going to go to with Buggy and with Shanks. I actually didn't want to have a worst moment when you see the person how much.
Our audience doesn't know worst, bro. You
I know,
can't
but
keep-
I was thinking the same thing. There's worse people who read worse.
There's like four people.
small crew.
Whatever. But I thought of pretty much when Shanks said though, I have changed my mind and going after One Piece. Like I thought Shanks was too young, but I also thought of what did Roger say though? Because Buggy thought Shanks was to be the Roger's new champion and king. But what did Roger say towards his crew? My son will find it. He was talking about Ace. Mm-hmm. So I wonder what if pretty much Shanks was waiting for Ace in the beginning. Like before he said, I changed my mind. Like he said, I'm still going to become a pirate. I'm not going for it yet. But Shanks was clearly showing that he was waiting for something. Like he met Luffy later on when he's older, but he still had in mind Roger's son is supposed to be the new person that Roger had in mind to become the new pirate king and become king of the nation. So Shanks could have had that in mind. Then he meets Luffy and gives his hat. So now he's like, there's two people now, Ace and Luffy. But then it gets cut off because Ace dies. Whether we don't fully know, like it's been hinted later on that Shanks found out that Ace was Roger's son, but there's still no clarification that he knew. But we just know that Roger said to his whole crew that my son will find it. So Shanks could have been waiting for Ace the whole time. But because he pretty sure knows that Roger achieved it. He probably got a son. But we don't know that. But we're also going to say this thing. I'm wrong on Blackbeard and Shanks getting a scar right here because we see Shanks' face, he does have a scar. But I do say this, that Shanks clearly got a scar from Blackbeard before he made his Jolly Roger. Because Shanks, Jolly Roger with the hat, for instance, Luffy got his Jolly Roger and he has a hat on. Pretty much, when you see Shanks' Jolly Roger, has a scar on his face, but doesn't have the hat. Showing that Shanks, at one point, obviously, he got it from scar from this moment, from 24 years ago, so before he meets Luffy.
Or Blackbeard's the greatest troll of all time.
I don't know, but that's what I feel. I'm pretty sure like before Shanks got his Jolly Roger, I don't know how many crew members he got. He got the scar then.
Simply, he's trying to say before Shanks fully established his crew, Shanks got the scar because Shanks is known for the scar and his red hair.
Yeah.
Practically, he's Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah,
I never even thought of that.
yeah. But again, it was a cool moment, but honestly, it didn't really give me any more respect for Buggy. Honestly, I mean, because just like.
Guys,
Again,
remember we have another question.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hear that.
Yeah, you and Lawrence been cooking for a while.
Sorry.
All right. So when I first opened the panel, I thought I was looking at Mortal Kombat vibes because Buggy's head is on a hook and there's like blood coming down. I was like, yo, what am I reading right now? This is crazy. I love the fact that we went into the flashback with Buggy, just realizing his dream and then looking at Shanks losing all hope within his dream. I thought it was kind of crazy because it did bring back that feeling of what did Roger say to Shanks. And my thing has always been that Roger told him he just wasn't the one. He wasn't. Like, as much as he was propelled to be this next guy because of his outstanding promise of, being, spectacular in every category, he just wasn't the guy. And I think that was crushing to Shanks. And I think being told whatever Roger and crew came back with, that they understood about the world, Shanks couldn't cope with, where others were laughing. And when Roger probably told him, plus told him he wasn't that guy, he ended up crying from it. And I hope this goes out to everybody that Buggy did have a dream, and we don't know necessarily what that dream was, but I'm going to assume it might have been helping Shanks reach the One Piece. I think he would have been the Zoro to Luffy, where it was like, you know what I'm saying? I will say this too, because Buggy directly correlated his dream to Shanks's, and he immediately quit his dream after, that would explain to me he's not a conqueror at all.
Yeah.
I think that's clarification. I know some people are gonna, push back on that. I don't care.
People out there saying Buggy's a conqueror for real, like not as a joke.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, to go even further beyond, I don't have much else to say. I thought Buggy's speech was super cool. I think that, him saying it to the whole people, like, yo, he just found his resolve, like, yo, F that. Like, I'm going to become the Pirate King. That was cool as hell. And listen, I don't care what you say. What do you want to become, Luffy? Pirate King. That's a more perilous path than trying to surpass me. If somebody looked at Shanks and was like, yo, you're going to have to fight Blackbeard and Luffy and Kaido. Shanks ain't going to go, you expect us to fight all three? Nah. I just saw this dude just one-shot kid. I'm pretty sure Mihawk don't even know what happened to Kaido. I'm pretty sure he thinks Kaido and them got jumped by... There was like mad heads there. You know what I'm saying? And Blackbeard just got his devil fruit still. So it's like, I don't think Shanks would ever be like, damn, I gotta go fight Blackbeard. Chill. I beat him. Now I gotta go fight Luffy. I beat him. Chill. Now I gotta... Like, no. Like, Shanks would just be like, yo, I'm gonna beat all three of them. And that's it. There's no qualms to this. There's no sweat dripping down my cheek, Rhino. Like, I'm a real one. Like, I don't do these things. Like, the dude's hat is shaking. Like, his hat is moving back and forth. Like, the dude had sweat dripping down his cheek. You see Shanks having that type of reaction to hearing three of these guys' name? He's going to be excited about Luffy. He's going to be serious about Blackbeard. And he's going to be like, yo, like, I got to fight Mihawk? Bet. Haven't fought Mihawk in a minute. I tried to fight him last time. He told me no. He said I was weak because I lost an arm. That ain't true. So what's up? Fraud watch. Fraud watch.
So small pushback on it.
Fraud watch.
Not even a pushback.
Fraud watch.
The implication is, I'm not about to go fight these people for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he'd have any problem fighting Blackbeard.
Yo, Lawrence, I guess
Shanks.
I guess if he was just the captain, he wouldn't have had to fight for anybody else, huh?
Hey man, listen, bro. We don't knock Zoro from not being captain.
Zoro.
Yo, but Zoro ain't sweating.
I knocked
Zoro,
you.
Oh, you knocked Zoro for not being the captain of the Straw Hat
I
Pirates?
knocked Zoro for following Luffy.
No, hold on. But that's because of what you would do as a person. We're talking about the character themselves. Yeah. So when we look at it, if you didn't want to fight for somebody, then you should have took the notoriety, became the Yonko, and took over the Cross Guild and ran your own stuff. But since you don't have it, don't complain.
Yo,
I'm not gonna get into all this.
bro, Buggy's not the leader of Cross. We see them hang up there.
I don't know, man.
To
To everybody who's in Cross Guild that's not in that upper meeting level, he's the leader of Cross Guild. To everybody in the world. Everybody in the world.
But who allowed that? Was it not Mihawk? Because again, who's making the decisions right now? No, who's making the decisions right now? While Buggy's hung up.
Who said we going after the Pirate King status?
He said that.
They do it.
Yo.
I want you to know. Cross Guild is going after Pirate King status.
Lionel.
On Buggy's behest.
Lionel.
What?
Do you respect Buggy?
No.
Okay. Do you think Mihawk respects Buggy?
No.
Okay, but who respects Buggy?
The people, yeah.
And the world.
The world, Craig.
They look at Buggy, and people literally in his crew see him sitting down with Crocodile and Mihawk. And Mihawk is a legend, but they still they still listen to Buggy because of who's in his crew. Mihawk and Crocodile don't listen to him, but they give off the impression that they are truly under Buggy. Would that ever happen with Shanks?
But their agendas are different.
No, it don't matter.
No, yes, it is.
It don't matter.
It does.
Like,
for instance,
he literally announced to his entire crew that he wants to go after the One Piece, bro. Can you ever picture Mihawk doing that?
But the thing is, Mihawk doesn't want to go under One Piece. Just how Whitebeard didn't want to go. For instance, Whitebeard is one of the strongest people in the world. Just like Mihawk is the strongest swordman. But they both want to go to One Piece.
But you're misconstruing.
No, they didn't. They didn't care.
You're mixing up the message. Even if Whitebeard didn't want to go after the One Piece,
he wouldn't have had that reaction.
He wouldn't have had that reaction. If he would have been like, yo, I have to fight Whitebeard, bet. If I have to fight Shanks, bet. I have to fight Luffy,
because he's
even
not
more
smart.
bet. Like, what?
Is you telling me that Mihawk's scared of those people? No, he's not.
Yo, bro, I'm not saying. Hold on.
I don't think he's scared, but you can read this chapter and think that.
Yo, I'm not saying he's scared. I'm saying he just ain't about it. He don't want to do those things. You can't tell that to you can't be like, yo, Shanks, we gotta do all three, and then Shanks would have that type of reaction. Shanks would be like, all right.
That doesn't mean anything. We had Because first we had Whitebeard, who didn't want to fight the world government. Yeah, he's a conqueror with Odin. He just didn't want to do it. We have Zolo, who said to Luffy, oh, let's go to me forward in the Marines and fight all of them to help out Vivi. What does Zolo say? What does Zolo say? Zolo said, Luffy, calm down, that's stupid. Don't do that. And what did Luffy say? Were you a coward, Zolo? Is he not doing the same thing with Mihawk? And he said, pipe down, Luffy. Those were Zolo's words. Zolo's a conqueror. Just because you don't want to do something doesn't mean you're scared.
Yeah, he's super misunderstanding. Not even that. Even if I was to take your position, right? Roger, sick, on his deathbed, Whitebeard still went to go fight him. But Mihawk didn't fight a dude with one arm in his prime.
Y'all saw a video
Luffy didn't want to fight a blind person.
Yo, no, but Luffy still fought him.
Yeah, but that's his honor, though.
Lionel, we gotta move on, bro. Because like you're taking it out of you're taking it from like what we're talking about, and you're making it completely about something else. That's really it, bro. When we switch positions with two different people, they have two different reactions, but you're considering both of their reactions equal. Where we're saying it's a little dubious on Mihawk's part because of the way he's reacting, the way he looks. And it's always what I've said. He doesn't have great showings. He just doesn't, bro. Until he's proven himself. We can't literally say that Mihawk right now can give us what Shanks would give us. He would give us that fight. He would give us the necessary conqueror's vibe. Mihawk just doesn't give that to us. Not right now.
I still got it.
I mean, you can, bro.
No, you don't, bro.
Yeah, I do. I do, bro.
No, you don't.
I do.
Right.
You can say what you want, but I stand by what I said.
Okay.
Listen, bro.
Hey, you came at me when I said about Odin, and I was right. So And maybe
He
just
bring up because he was right
Yo,
once.
dude.
yeah, bro.
He's right once.
Listen, bro.
Lawrence, I'm right more than you are.
No,
so
you're
don't-
not.
Yes.
I would.
No,
all I know
Lawrence,
is.
I am.
All I know is. Shanks wouldn't be under Buggy.
That's what she's
Lawrence.
actually laughing, bro.
I'll say this though.
He wouldn't be under Buggy, and I would never see Shanks's cape flicker when he hears somebody's name. That's all I'm saying. And if y'all want to think something else, then y'all can, bro. That's on y'all,
His
man.
eye be twitching with Blackbeard name come up.
No, he gets serious.
It be twitching.
No,
He be like, yo, my eye, the scar. Nah,
no,
I'm gonna go to the pen. I'm sure to.
yeah,
But we gotta go to our sponsor.
yeah.
So
Marv, can we do that? This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Have you been struggling lately? Maybe you're having trouble sleeping, difficulty with a relationship, or just struggling from low self-esteem. Listen, I've been there. We've been there. If so, then today's BetterHelp wants to help you. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you. Talk to your therapist in a private, online environment at your own convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire, simple as that, to help assess your specific needs. And then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours. Then you schedule a secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. I happened to sign up at one point regarding my confidence issues. Next thing you know, my confidence issues are not issues anymore. I'm doing pretty well in that area. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Special offer goes out to all that One Piece Talk listeners. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/TOPT. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/TOPT. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode.
You have to go out of your way to take out Don Creed, but Luffy and them come out.
He was traveling back to East Blue to take dudes out.
To take
but,
Don Creed,
yo,
but when it comes to-
Blackbeard name come up. Shake's name come up.
I don't know about that.
Are we live? Oh, my bad.
I don't know about that, though.
Super chats real quick and then we gotta get into
All right,
questions.
let's get into these real quick. We got a $5 super chat from our guy Caleb the Epic. Says, been having a bad day today due to recent events in real life. But you guys put a smile on my face. Thanks. Hashtag Larry has W takes. Hashtag CGI twins. Hashtag Seb Bay. Oh my God. Caleb, I hope everything's okay with whatever's going on in real life, man. I hope you get through that with no problems. It's always good to see you in the chat, man. We really appreciate the super chat. And you're too young to be super chatting, bro. You gotta save that money, okay? Caleb's like 16. Works full time.
Yeah.
From what he said.
Don't stay stuck.
Yeah, man.
That's my advice. Don't stay stuck.
For real. We got a $10 super chat from our guy Rono Chris. It says, y'all gotta start doing a temporary segment for discussing for discussing the anime for the next couple of weeks because these episodes have been goated. 3 fire emojis. Shout out to Ifrit, Sanji. If y'all don't know, Rono Chris is a huge Sanji hater, so for him to say that was tough. I saw the episode. I know you live streamed your reaction to that.
Yeah.
How was it? Did you like it?
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was
I
great.
gave it an 8.5.
I thought it was great.
okay.
I thought it was great. Y'all should watch it. That was a good episode. The Zoro episode before was also really fire. We got $2 super chat from Terrence Matthews. It says, what if Crocodile and Mihawk end up inspired by Buggy? I know I was inspired. And they got to be inspired because that speech was dope.
Mihawk wasn't.
We got membership to Yonko status from our guy Illusion.
Thank you,
so
Illusion.
much, Illusion. That is our highest tier of membership. Enjoy all the emojis that come with being a Yonko. We got another $10 super chat from Deja Blue. It says, Buggy might be equal with Shanks, but he will never be equal with the GOAT himself, Whoop Slap. Solo's the hashtag Whoop Slap. Solo's the first. You guys even know who Whoop Slap is?
No.
Oh my God. It's the mayor from Luffy's town.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the dude with the hat.
Yeah, the Kango hat.
He has a whole lore in the One Piece community. We got another $10 from our guy Pig Hudson. It says, Lozart in chat wants to know what y'all think about Laugh-Tale being the origin of all devil fruits, like the coordinate from Attack on Titan, which is why people get sick when they're near the island. It would explain why Buggy got sick.
Yeah.
But none of the other non-Devil Fruit users on the ship got sick.
Toki got sick before Fishman Island.
But
that's super far though.
That is far, but it is deep into the water. I don't know. But that's interesting.
It's only one person that got sick.
But it's Buggy though.
Yeah.
He's the only Devil Fruit user. I don't know. I kind of like that. It could be something like that.
Yeah, I've heard this before.
Yeah, I don't know how that would. Luffy would have to flex his hockey something crazy, but damn it, I lost him.
That's not understand how to make the ability user sick of it. It's their origin.
All right, we got another 3 months membership to Nakama status from General 30th. It says, "Hey, don't spoil worse, bro." I'm still reading that. Yeah, Lionel.
Oh, I haven't to nobody's shut up.
Either way, it's either not topical or you're spoiling it. Anyway, we got another 5 gifted memberships from our guy Fig. Fig, bro, you're insane.
Thank you, Fig. That's so much today.
So much, man. We got another 2-month membership to Nakama status from Firearms. Larry likely spitting, but we still with hashtag Buggy Gang. I don't think he said anything negative towards Buggy today, all day, honestly. We got another 5 from Illusion. It says, "What's good? Haven't caught a stream in a minute, but after this chapter, I had to show up. Hashtag Buggy for Pirate King. P.S. My boy Larry looking good." Man, you get so much support nowadays. I love it, bro. I love that, bro. Oh, man. Another 2 from Caleb the Epic. It says, "Saving is for wussy." You say that now. All right, because you're young. We got another 279 from Elijah Taylor. It says, "W Podcast, first time live." Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And finally, we got another 12-month membership to 𝐽𝐿 status from Twilight Straw Hat. It says, "Y'all always make my week every week. Much love, Nakama. Y'all always killing it. Easy question. What's y'all's favorite arc?"
Ennis Lobby / Water 7.
Just
Don't look at me.
Dressrosa?
Yeah, Dressrosa.
Really? Okay. I'm a Saboti. Marineford.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going to move forward too.
All right. Honorable mention, Saboti Archipelago.
Yeah.
We got another
It's Archipelago.
Archipelago.
It's 𝗎𝐿𝐵𝐷.
We got another 550 from Skylands. It says, "When are we getting Smoker mid-diffing this scared Mihawk?" All right. See, I don't think any of us are going that far.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a wild
All right, let's
thought
get to
process.
the questions. All right, thank you, everybody. Also, thank you, Pig. You're doing crazy things in chat. We head over to Kamabaka Island. We are reintroduced to some fresh faces from the Revolutionary Army. Ishiano from Morley's unit, Ahiru from Bello Betty's unit, Gambo from Lindbergh's unit, and Jiran from Karasu's unit. They see a ship in the distance and bet it's Sabo. Then we see Ivankov yelling to Dragon that Sabo has returned. Sabo is alive, and not only that, but he brought some people from Lelouchia too. Koala comes out kicking like Chung Lee at Sabo about how he hasn't called her back after the line went dark, and he apologizes. Koala starts sobbing a bit too while grabbing his leg. Then we see Morley and Bello Betty happy for his return. Sabo then goes to the back room with only Ivankov and Dragon. Ivankov apologizes for all the hard work to get Kuma back for nothing since he left. Sabo says, "Do not worry about it. It's harder on you two than it is me." Then Ivankov says, "Why can't we let everyone else know about what you're gonna say?" Sabo explains that if that were to happen, it would put everyone's life in danger, and he needs to explain what actually happened at Marijoa. And then we'll go to Lionel.
I'll say, let me go first. I'm going to be quick.
Marv's not back yet to do the camera.
Okay.
Yeah. Lionel.
I thought it was just great. Actually, we keep on seeing more of the revolutionaries, and like I can't get enough of them because they're such a mysterious group. Now we keep on seeing more. Now we even see more like sub leaders behind the other leaders. So like just seeing them, and I thought it was funny when this the whole about betting the $1 million and like. And he was knowing because he saw the telescope. Now he's eating it. I don't know if he has an ability that's weird, but I just like seeing the revolutionaries is dope, and I hope we keep on seeing more and more fleshed out of the characters and their abilities and everything, and actually see them. All right, not just them, their power level and like their strength and their, capabilities.
All right, Law.
So yeah, I want to get cut to the chase with it. I believe this changes like almost everything for Dragon, because now it's like the whole time you've been fighting against the world government, fighting against them. And you just pose them as this is your enemy. you never really had a sole enemy. But now you find out there's actually a king of the world government, this king of the world, right? So now you know he's behind everything that you've been fighting against. You have a sole target now. You have someone that you could aim all this at instead of just, I'm fighting this giant organization. Like, no, I'm fighting this kingdom, this king, in a way. So I believe this changes for Dragon, where he's going to prioritize now, that's the person I have to take out. Instead of going around the belt way, how he's been going, going to each kingdom and stuff like that, he's like, no, I need to take out you. Because that's going to solve a lot of things, So I believe this changes it for Dragon, where he's going to slowly start targeting 𝐸 now, instead of going out the way he does. So I believe it changes everything for Dragon. It's like, I know this before. Now I know who I have to fight.
All right. Seb?
Yeah, I don't have too much here. I'll just be kind of quick with my stuff as well. 𝐸𝐸 gonna make me act up, bro. You saw them legs?
You're stupid.
She's gonna make me act up, bro. I know this ain't the first time we've seen her, but she's looking right. Sabo makes me cringe sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Is it Sabo?
Yeah, he does, bro. I just be seeing him, and his design.
He's pretty tall.
It should look cool, but it misses me, bro.
Yeah.
It gives me very. What was that video game we used to play? Like Fable.
Yeah.
Very Fable vibes, but he's never gonna be as cool as my character in Fable, bro. Never. I did think the banter was kind of funny, but I'll say this: I know I was just talking crap about Sabo. We've all been there, bro. You ducking your girl calls, and she act up because she don't like that, and then she want to hug you afterward. We've all been there, bro. We've all been there, Sabo. So I feel your pain. Bell Betty about to make me act up too. You know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to Moda.
How about Alonco?
I'm acting pretty tame with that one. I'm chilling. Shout out to Moda, because I mean, again, this is what I was referencing earlier in the episode with T-Bone being like murked. Oda don't got the stones, bro. I mean, really, like, I don't know if he really doing that like that, because Moda alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, the little milkmaid from Ace's cover story can't even get clipped. T-Bone getting clipped, bro. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. And you missed Sabo kind of flirting with that other girl.
Who you was flirting with?
The girl that was going to shoot him with the robotic girl.
𝐸𝐸?
Yeah.
Was that flirting?
Yeah. A little bit.
Man, listen.
Her response said it was flirting.
Man, listen.
Like, maybe.
Just because he got Riz don't mean he was flirting, bro. That's just off the GP. I did like this little mini table. Y'all gotta do better with the tables, though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I got. What we doing,
We
bro?
on a budget.
That's how you know they just uprooted. Yeah. They wasn't supposed to be here, because. Come on, Dragon. Come on, man. If this your island, bro. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better than this, bro. This is a little odd. I'm not gonna get into all that. I'm just saying. I am interested to see. I hope we get this soon. Like, how I said the whole 10 chapters for Kuma's flashback, and we might have passed it now. I don't know, but like, I hope this is soon, cause like Lauren said, this changes everything for Dragon. Like, I'm sure he doesn't know who Emu is, and if he knows that person exists now, it does change things a little bit. I'm trying to see Dragon act. You know what I mean? I had high hopes for Egghead.
You trying to see him do something?
Trying to see him do something. trying to see, show me something, bro. He be shaking more than me on, bro.
Okay.
He be sitting and doing nothing.
That's the win.
And shaking more than me.
That's his wind ability.
Listen, like Larry said, Crocodile done set it off in the what? 2 weeks that he's been a Yonko crewmate. Then Dragon's done. I don't know, man. Just do something, bro.
Dragon got kingdoms on his side.
Show me something,
He
bro.
got kingdoms on his side. Bro.
Listen, I'm with Dragon. I put him top 5 on my list. Show me why I did that, bro. Please. But that's all I got.
Sound like you're having a kid moment.
Listen. Show me something, man. Show me something.
Listen, bro. Told y'all. Sometimes you gotta be a little realistic with your expectations.
Nah.
And that's why you be getting disappointed.
Nah. I'm willing to be disappointed again.
I was never disappointed. That's not true.
Yeah, okay. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a full stack of pancakes, bro. This is the first time I seen the revs, and I thought this was a wasted page, bro. Yo, when I saw 𝐸𝐸, Gambo, Jiran, and Ishiano, I was like, bruh, get them out of here, bro. They are not going to matter. And I really thought to myself, like 𝐸𝐸 could have got a better spot within the chapter and made more of an impact. But I don't care about anybody else, bro. Like, I'm done with this. Like, I don't even know why. Like, this was a waste of a page that we could have just gave to, like, Dragon saying a full sentence, like, or him trying to say one. Like, come on, bro.
We got more of them than we got of Dragon in the chapter, bro.
Always. We all knew that Sabo was alive. Him bringing people from Lelouch was crazy. Makes me think. So Ace was able to change the atmosphere of a country from a winter island to it stopped snowing, right? That was just a part of his devil fruit.
And his hockey.
Yes. It makes me think, with Sabo having the hockey training and having the devil fruit, was he able to tell within the atmosphere that Lelouch was actually going to get bombed? Because if so, then he directly avoided the bombing on purpose. That's why he left the island with those people. Because why else would he take those people unless those people didn't want to be on that kingdom because of what was happening? But they already captured the king. They were already holding him hostage. So it's like the country was already taking over and they revolted. Did they want to be a part of that revolution? Because I don't see anything negative coming from that unless somebody that was another leader was worse or comparable to the vampire guy that was ruling that kingdom. So I'm thinking to myself like, yo, I think Sabo probably somehow felt the air or the atmosphere change and was like, yo, we got to get out of here. And he couldn't take everybody. That's up for question for me. 2, I love the koala and Sabo loving, flirting thing. It's very reminiscent to like Kobe and Habibu. What's her name? Habari? Yeah, it's like Habari too. That's cool. I don't know. I just kind of want to see more love in the story.
I know you're talking about more romance in One Piece.
Yeah, like I like romance. Yo, Bello Betty, I'm upset. I ain't get nothing. All I saw was up top. I'm trying, bring it here.
She's wearing a skirt. You can't.
Yo, bro, if we seeing all these, show me Bello Betty, bro. You know how.
If you gonna bring her, then bring her, bro.
Betty.
Chicks of the week.
I did waifu of the week. Koala won.
Yeah.
I ain't put Moda in there. I ain't put Ivankov in there, but I did put Tsuru in there.
Why would you put Ivankov?
I put Tsuru in
Wait,
there.
you put Ivankov in there?
Nah, I didn't.
Why would
You
you?
should have put Kiku.
She wasn't on the chapter.
He could have been there. All right, anyway.
Stop it.
What I will say is I'm going to push back on all of y'all because to me personally, I do not feel knowing who's in charge is going to matter at all. Because usually when people take over countries in real life, they try to replace the person in charge with somebody that they have influence on or control. If not, the country is just going to replace that person with somebody else that's just like them because they grew up under their regime. That's how everything they know is from what they've learned. And necessarily they can be a person of opposition, but most people in other countries that are corrupted don't usually have people that come back into that spot that are opposed to what's ever going on within the government already. If so, they get taken out by the government itself.
Right.
So I don't think it matters if we know who the king is or not.
Sabo for king.
What I do think what happens is nothing. I think absolutely nothing. And if you saw The Boys, the TV show, there's a part where Homelander literally gets told, I'm going to tell the world that you murk this person in the show. You murked another hero. And he's like, yo, don't do that because everybody's going to find out about me. And then he thinks to himself and he's like, I'm the strongest, most powerful person in the world. If you told on me and everybody knew that I was doing these things, who could stop me? Who would dare to oppose me? If so, I'll just take another country out. If so, I'll just take out the ecosystem. I'll poison the waters. I'll destroy half of the country if I felt so. Who's going to stop me? Because none of you can. That's what it looks like to me. So if you think that 𝐴𝐴𝐸 is going to get found out and be like, oh, somebody's in charge. Okay, how do we get to that person? We have to go through the Marines. We have to go through the Celestial Dragons and whatever they got. What are you going to do? I can destroy islands at will. What are you going to do? Dragon, knowing this information, does absolutely nothing. For me, Dragon still has to make a bigger impact than what the Cross Guild is making. And he hasn't done that in like 23 years. So the only way you can stop somebody, you can take 𝐴𝐸𝐸 out, but then one of the Gorosei are just going to step up. and they're a part of the system. And that's the whole point I was trying to, round back to, is that I don't think this makes a difference, guys. I think literally we know who Emu is, but that's it. Cool. Let's keep going. Nothing else. Like, I think what's gonna happen is I think Sabo's gonna mention something that's not a part of Emu. I think he'll say that Emu exists, but I think that there's something else important that did happen that Sabo saw that we're gonna find out about and be like, oh snap, I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, of course.
But like the Vivi thing, that's obvious. The Emu thing, that's obvious. I think that there's literally something else we just didn't see. Like, we're gonna find out how Cobra passed away. I think that's gonna be, but that's also obvious, right? Like, we're gonna assume that somebody just took him out. That was part of the world government. It could have been Akainu for all we knew. I don't know. But I think that there's something else besides the obvious points of that reverie. I think that there's something crazier that happened that we just don't know of. And then once we find out, that's going to be the information that Dragon and crew will need in order to reach the level of the Cross Guild. We just don't know what that is. And that's everything I got to say.
I thought Eam killed Cobra.
No. We don't know who did that.
I know, but that's who I always understood it. Because,
Yeah.
Vivi's picture, and then Cobra probably saved his daughter or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think it's just that. But let's get to Super
we got
Chats.
a couple Super Chats. We got $3 from HG. It says, Zoro's enough proof for me that Mihawk ain't a fraud. I agree. He just be doing fraudulent stuff sometimes. We got another $5 from Caleb the Epic. It says, do you guys like Sabo or Ace more? I got Sabo over Ace because one of them isn't a donut. Also, Eva was bad in this chapter.
People are so disrespectful.
I like Ace more.
Yeah. I'm Ace in real life, bro.
I feel like if Sabo's character wasn't so derived from Ace, I would like him better as a character. I like what he stands for. I like what he's doing. I like the actions he's taken. I can't stand the fact that him being brought back is mired in the amnesia and him being this like Ace 2.0. Like, I just can't get over that. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's why Sabo still makes me cringe to this day. So even though I like Sabo, I still got Ace over him. Plus, Ace's whole storyline is just chef's kiss. So, chef's kiss, bro. We got another 5 gifted memberships from Skylance. Thank you so much, Skylance.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. For those of y'all who are getting the memberships, enjoy all the emojis you get in chat. We got another 5 from Terrible TJ. Thank you so much, TJ. Again, guys, if you guys are getting these memberships, enjoy all the new emojis you get with membership. And then we got another 2 from LOL. It says, think Dragon already knows that Emo was there. That would be an interesting twist for me personally, but Dragon don't be knowing that, bro.
I mean, we got to give him the Blackbeard treatment. Why not?
He be too shocked at things. Blackbeard be shocked because stuff's happened to him personally. You know what I'm saying? Dragon be like in the newspaper like, oh my God.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give him the Blackbeard treatment to say he knows everything and does everything with reason. So just accept it.
I can't push back on that. We got another 5 from Young Usopp. It says, Buggy technically isn't the captain of the Cross Guild. It's a collaboration of 3 pirates. Mihawk will follow Buggy after his foes become friends.
𝙀𝐼𝐼𝐿.
It ain't
𝙀𝐼𝐼𝐿 and who not?
It ain't Mihawk.
Nah,
bro.
bro.
I'll just...
Who coping now? Who coping?
Mihawk would never really follow Buggy. Right?
Oh, he following him right now?
He's not following him, bro.
He literally allowed himself to be a Buggy subordinate just to not be inconvenienced when he could have just killed Buggy.
And that was his decision, but
I'm just saying.
And that's just an I respect, but I'm not calling him, a Buggy follower.
You could say fraud watch, bro. It's easy. It's 2 words.
Lean into it, bro.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, Marv, can you throw up the number in the chat? Guys, we're probably going to be able to take like 3 calls today, so apologies. But call up.
Call now.
Ready to talk some.
That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be.
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Oh, hey, this is Andrew.
Hey, what's up, Andrew?
what's up, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm just back on the call. So.
No, what's up, man?
I was doing good. I hope y'all doing great.
Yeah, we
I'm
are.
doing
Thank
good.
you for calling. What's your question?
Yeah. Oh, just first of all, Buggy Gang. Just wanted to say that.
Hey, love to hear that.
Yeah. So I just got this question. It was regarding to, because we know that in One Piece we see like so many different characters, and we want to see two characters kind of interact with one another. Is there like a character interaction that you are kind of like wanting to see, like something like Luffy and Shanks, or just like Zoro, Ben Beckman, just etc.
That's such a great question. I'm gonna give you two answers. I would really love to see an ancient kingdom with Joy Boy and Poseidon talking to each other. I want to know what that conversation involved, because it seems very heavy that both of these characters play a very important role in changing the world.
Right.
And then my second answer would be, I would like to see, I know it's very, I would like to see like a Roger and Rox meeting. I would like to see them both talking to each other. Those characters, especially Rox, makes me very excited as a One Piece fan. And there's a bunch of characters I would like to speak to each other, but specifically, you know, there's four people I would like for them to discuss. I just want to see. So, what about you guys?
I got Joy Boy and Ryuma. So I kind of feel like they may have been part of a similar generation, since how far back Ryuma goes, but only because in Wano it was said that they linked Joy Boy and Ryuma together in correlation, talking about how they rival each other. So I thought that was interesting. So I think, and I think it was also interesting because like Luffy's like the now Joy Boy, and in a sense, he got his Ryuma in that case of Zoro. You know, like that's his man, number one partner. So, but then I don't know if they were rivals, but we know that Ryuma was alone, and Joy Boy, he had whatever he had. So, but I think they were around each other's time.
Yeah.
You know, so I would like to see that.
Seb?
Honestly, just with the theme of this chapter, I kind of want to see Shanks and Buggy meet again. Honestly, I know we've gotten it recently. I mean, recently is how many years ago now? Jesus. But, like, Buggy's a Yonko. Like, we haven't seen Shanks' reaction to that at all. You know what I mean? Like, we saw him proud of Luffy and stuff. He knows Buggy's a clown, but it's like I think it'll be funny. You know what I'm saying? I just think it'll be a dope thing to see.
I would love to see Buggy be like, how I'm a clown, though. Lionel?
You guys pick good ones. Some of them actually had like not you, but Lauren said Larry. I just had some same thoughts, but one of them I would say Garp and Dragon to probably get more background on Dragon, because he's still a mystery. See if he's actually Luffy's real father or not, and other stuff that or his mystery that we could probably get revealed.
Bro,
I mean Garp's son.
I just want to see Garp Dragon talk to himself in the mirror at this point. like give me, you know what I'm saying? But what about you, Andrew? What about the two people you want to see?
Yeah, just for me, there's just one interaction that I've been just really curious about, and that's Yasopp and Usopp.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, because like for me, because I want to just like see like the interaction, because would be more personal with Usopp, because this is like his father. He very much has not they have never even like seen each other at all, if you're not counting Film Red, of course. But it's just like I feel like Usopp has to kind of get something from that interaction. Like he's just like my dad was just never there, and I'm meeting him now. And he's going to be appreciated, but there is like a sense of, not say resentment, but more or less like there's this, like he doesn't know what to do in regard, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I wonder. It would be so funny if like if the first words were like Usopp speaking to him, he looks at them, and then Yasopp looks back, and they're staring at each other for like 10 seconds, and then Usopp's like, "So did you get the milk?"
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say like it's like, hey, how's your mother doing?
Oh wow! I see that meme, bro. I see that meme.
Yeah.
Your mama's still fine?
Is he not? No.
Yeah.
Does he know?
The reason why I kind of decided, sorry to interrupt, but it was just the reason why I decided to do this interaction, because I was watching Film Red with one of my friends, and what's his name, Gordon, was talking about like how he was a bad father, and then Usopp replied to saying, "Hey, you were a good father, dude. My dad left me." I was like, I never had a dad.
Yo, it's so crazy. Yeah.
I was just laughing because.
Yo, it'd be even funnier if Yasop was like, yo, so you ain't gonna twist up your hair? Like, you're not gonna get dreads?
Yo, deadass, Usopp with dreads, it would be fire.
Yeah, it would. But listen, Andrew, thank you so much for calling, man. And thank you for the question. That was very interesting.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. You all have a great day.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
So y'all just gonna have side conversations
I was doing
when
the
we
poll.
have callers?
I was doing the poll.
You want to text each other?
I was doing
Maybe?
the poll, bro.
I'm a slow texter. That was a fact.
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
Oh my God! I did not think that was gonna work. This is Project Graybeard, Jonathan from Connecticut.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
John?
man.
Thank you for calling, man. Shout out to Connecticut.
Thank you. So I started watching you guys probably about a month ago, and I just been burning through every single video trying to give as many likes and stuff like that.
Hey,
Appreciate it, man.
So one thing I wanted to know, do you guys play like Monopoly? Like, have you guys seen the Monopoly, the One Piece Monopoly?
I've seen it, yeah.
I've seen it. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
I'm
I
down,
haven't
though.
played it yet.
Did not know they had that.
Me neither.
Okay, so first of all, those are trash. Like, I'm just gonna say it straight up. The artwork on it, trash. I decided that I was gonna make my own Monopoly board, and it came out fire. So I was gonna see if you guys wanted to like maybe get yourself a copy, like completely free. I made the cards, I made the money, I made everything.
What?
How?
So I just wanted to know if you guys wanted one.
Yeah.
For sure,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Like that'd be amazing. Are you in our Discord?
No. So I don't know anything about Discord. I was in the chat today, and one of the guys kind of said what was he said like how Discord works. So I think I just joined it right now. So I'm gonna try to check it out, see how that works.
Yeah, hit one of the mods or hit me up or Sebastian because the twins aren't on there, and we'll just talk about it. We'll see what it is and all that stuff. So yeah, man, thank you for even the offer.
Yeah.
We're greatly honored.
Yeah, no, trust me. I like for me, it would just be so nice to like see, like some of the content creators like actually look at it, kind of give me their opinion on it if they want to play it. Like just kind of just see what you guys think about it,
Yeah. Thank
maybe,
you, man.
Maybe we could stream it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, man.
You got me interested,
All right,
man.
you guys have a good stream. Thank you for
Yeah,
everything.
you too. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good
Later.
one. That's dope.
Did he say love you?
No. I think he said somebody said later.
Yeah, I heard later.
But yeah, I would love to play One Piece Monopoly. That'd be
Yeah,
fun.
word. That sounds dope. I'm down.
Hey, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. Who are you and how are you?
What up, guys? It's Bellas.
Hey,
Hey,
what's up,
Bellas,
man?
it's been a minute, man. What's up?
It's been a minute, man. We as the KK, the K kind of good. Took a hit hard. So I have to step aside a little bit,
What's up, man? Talk to us. What's your question?
No, man. First of all, I just want to say I'm just so proud of you guys. The amount of subs that you guys have now is just well deserved, and anything. I just had to just say that, and I'm just proud of you guys. I mean, I've been following you guys ever since I believe it was when Gear 5 was shown. So it's been a ride, and I'm just happy for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Man.
appreciate
Seriously,
it.
much appreciated.
Thank you.
Bellas has been here a minute, yo. I remember.
Yes. Thank you a lot for saying those things.
So my question is, and I've been on this question for a while. I don't know if I missed a panel or anything, but I know that chapter where it was like a few panels where I guess the narrator was talking about the day after Egghead was going to pretty much turn the world upside down, or what's the outcome of it. What do you guys think was going to happen, and who do you think is in that ship, that Blackbeard ship?
I don't know. It could. I think it's Lafette and Shiryu and Donovan. But considering the timeline of what's happening where Blackbeard is, he might have left the law fight and went to 𝐴𝐻ED too and joined them.
Who's Donovan?
Katarina Devon.
Oh,
my bad.
I was like, what?
Those are the only ones we haven't seen, right? Lafette and Devon.
Those are the only three, yeah.
We saw Shiryu, though.
Yeah, Shiryu's on 𝐴𝐻ED.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just,
we did see Shiryu.
so it's just them two.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's just those two.
So I think the event that happens is the assassination of
Vegapunk.
Saint Saturn or Vegapunk. Either one of the two or both.
Yeah.
Hopefully both, honestly. You know me. As far as who's on the ship, yeah, I just think whatever Blackbeard pirate we haven't seen on panel. Like I know we saw 𝐿𝐾𝐽 and Van Augur or whatever and others on the Whole Cake Island and stuff, but like whatever ones we haven't seen recently. So I'm hoping Lafette, Katarina Devon, we saw her at Amazon Lily, so I don't know, you know. I don't know, but I just hope Lafette. That's the one I hope for.
It would be crazy because if like Katarina Devon actually pulls up and she's able to transform into like Saturn and control the Seraphim, that would be kind of wild.
Insane activity. Or even just the hypnotism. Like, the Blackbeard crew is ideal for this murder mystery kind of stuff. I know we got the reveal already, but even just more plot twists.
Yeah.
Like, if Laffy can really hypnotize Vegapunk or Saturn into giving orders to Seraphim, or even just the Seraphim in general, there's a lot of play. There's a lot of play there.
Yeah.
So.
Did someone predict that York cut a deal with the Blackbeard Pirates? Which I don't see how.
Yeah.
People had speculated.
I don't even see how, but
Mosh ended up saying that when he was on. What about you, Lionel? Anything?
Not really at this particular time now.
All right. What about you, man? What do you think?
Honestly, I honestly don't think Blackbeard is there. I think it has to be someone else. Because I thought everyone from the Blackbeard members, I think they're everywhere. Some are with Law, others are, what's it called? Or with where they at again? I forgot. Well, I know they're everywhere. 𝐿𝐾𝐽 is with Gar fighting. So I don't know. I don't think it's Blackbeard. I think it's someone else. And yeah, I do agree. I think Vegapunk is he's gonna die. I don't know who's gonna kill him. And I think they'll blame it on the Straw Hats.
Yeah.
Based on how Morgan said the Straw Hats has him kidnapped.
All right.
Yeah. I think whatever happens, it'll be the Straw Hats' fault.
Yeah.
in the narrative of One Piece, like the newspapers.
Yeah, we gotta go. But thank you, man. I appreciate the call. We gotta end the show now. But I appreciate you.
No, sounds good.
Thank you for the question.
I'm still waiting for that arc tier.
That what?
The tier list of the arcs? We can do that.
I have a tier list of all the arcs of One Piece.
Yeah, we gotta get to a point where like Lawrence and Lionel could meet us outside finally.
Yeah.
Outside of the studio because they're really hard to get control of.
And then they take too long when they answer things. So.
Yeah. So we'll definitely see what we can do. I don't know if we'll do it on stream, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we can start it on stream. I don't know.
Yeah, but thank you, man. I hope you have a great night. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Have a good night. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Good night.
All right, Marv. No
Night,
calls.
fellas.
We got to do the super chats.
Yeah, we did get 50 gifted memberships from our guy, Strahd. Thank you so much. 50 is crazy. I think it's the highest number of memberships we've had so far. Gifted. Thank you so much, Strahd. For those of y'all in the chat, please enjoy all the emojis that come with membership status. And then we got another 10 memberships from Firearms on top of that 50. So just thank you guys so much for all that y'all do.
You
for
guys,
us,
bro.
man. It's
You
crazy.
guys are so good to us. Thank you so much.
And then we got another $5 from our guy Red Haired Shankdom. It says, seems notable that the narrator called the Egghead incident the only comparable event name is the God Valley incident. I feel like he's called incidents before. No, I feel like stuff has been called incidents. I might be tripping.
Did they with Kobe and Blackbeard and Law, was that called the incident? The
Potty Port.
Yo, can we just give W's for everybody?
Yo, seriously.
Can we give W's for everybody like Strahd, Pig, you know, Red Hair, like everybody? Just give W's away, please. You guys stress me out, bro. just so much thanks, so much blessings. So grateful, so appreciative. Like I was talking to Par the other day, and we were just saying like how much our communities are just so wildly like involved in how much they love us and stuff like that. So it's just really nice to know that we make such a positive influence on you guys. Because, you know, I knew that, you know, the guys at this table were really great for a lot of reasons, but I never knew that we'd have impacts on people that we've never even been like 10 feet across from. Where, you know, somebody said that they were from Egypt on Sebastian's DDT.
He just popped up.
Somebody said that they were from Israel. We have people watching in Australia. United Kingdom is out here. It's like, I know Marv's thinking like, yo, hurry up, we gotta go. But yeah, I know that even sometimes Marv, when he looks at it, and he has a whole bunch of other podcasts that are actually in, his studio where he does all this. And I know sometimes he probably goes like, what the F, like every episode that we have. I know he does, because this is like so special in so many ways that even people who have like 100K in subs, they never get like the camaraderie, or I don't even know if I said that word right, but like just the love that just comes out of you guys. So I just want to say thank you, a million thank yous for all the things that you do. And you be stressing me out. So. Other than that, listen guys, much love. My name is Larry.
Lawrence. Lionel.
Sev.
And it's that One Piece Talk. Jana!